People in the chat helping us out.
That's right. Woohoo!
Excellent, thank you. Yay!
All right, we're recording. So welcome to episode 14 of the Georgie and Patty Show. Woohoo! Today we're really excited because we have some very special guests. Not only are they our clients, but they do some really, really amazing work. So we have Joanna and Andrea from, you can say it, Patty?
Querido Mundo?
Yes.
I find out whether I said it right or not.
Yeah, we'll get them to say it as well. And then we'll get them to share a little bit about what they do, but they are a travel company. And so we've got them on today because we want them to share what they're doing right now in this time where, in this environment, you know, where people are saying travel's dead, but we shall see, won't we? So our quote of the day is, whatever you have, your skills, your love, your joy, your ingenuity, your ability to do things, please show it now. Do not try and save it for another lifetime. And that's from Sadhguru. And this kind of goes back to the call we had, I don't know, week before last, I guess, about leadership and about really showing up, sharing your thoughts, your opinions, what you stand for. Do it now. People need to hear you now. You know, what's really important to you. Now is the time to lead. At least that's our opinion. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to move these two over. Panelist. And let me find Joanna. Panelist. Da-da-da!
Hello, Andrea!
So we have a very multi-country show today, I guess. Andrea is joining us from Germany.
You have to unmute yourself.
Oh, you've got to unmute yourself, Andrea. And then...
Hi, everyone.
Hello! And then we should have Joanna popping in here very soon.
Did we lose Joanna?
We lost her! Come back!
Hi, Carla.
Joanna says she's here.
Where is she? Oh, there she comes.
There she is.
Oh, she comes. Dun, and then we'll just get Joanna to unmute herself. Ah, there she is. Yay! We're all here. Amazing.
Good morning. I have my coffee here.
Oh, me too. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. This is very, very, very exciting for us. On Thursdays is our day to kind of interview really special, inspiring humans in the world. And I think the two of you absolutely qualify for that. Yeah, I know we have both enjoyed working with you over the last, I don't even know, 9 months, 8 months? Something like that. Something like that, which has been very cool. So why don't you guys let people know what you do, what your company is. You can say the name correctly because we're not so good at rolling those R's, or I'm not for sure. Yeah, and just share a little bit about that.
Yeah, should I start? Okay, so yeah, the pronunciation is Querido Mundo. You did a very good job, Patty, and yes. And it's a Spanish word actually, and it means beloved world or lovely world. So querido, beloved, and mundo, world. And yeah, so what do? We help people to spend their next vacation experiencing life in Latin America with friends they haven't met yet.
So
this
awesome.
is our sentence that Georgie and Patty helped us create to tell people what we actually do. And yeah, Andrea and I have been traveling as tour guides through Latin American countries for many, many years. We've been traveling with small groups from like 5 to 15 people to countries like Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, Chile, Peru, everything you can imagine between Mexico north and south of Chile and Argentina, Patagonia. We've been everywhere, you name it. And we've been doing it for a long while. And then some clients of ours started to ask about new trips. So it was like kind of like an on-demand situation. And that's when Andrea and I got together and spoke about it, because both of us were asked about new trips. We had like faithful people who always wanted to travel with us. And that's when Andrea asked me if we did our own thing. And that's when we founded Querido Mundo in 2017. And it's a small travel agency from Germany, from Cologne. And we take small groups to Latin American countries.
Amazing. And how long have you had the company?
So the company, we started it like the business plan we did like in July 2017. So this year it will be 3 years in July. Yes.
Nice, amazing. And I have tons of questions, but I'm trying to do it in a bit of order as well. How do you find working together? Actually, I was just watching a YouTube TED Talk this morning about a couple who have gone into business together, and often I think in partnerships, things can come up. So how have you found that aspect of what you've been doing, especially building and growing? And I should mention that they're actually in different countries. So Joanna's here in Vancouver, and Andrea is in Germany. So they're literally doing a long distance business relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, who should answer?
Okay. At the beginning, Joanna was in Brazil, so this time aspect was not so difficult for us. But we are always working remote. So, but before we start our business, we did an online course together, and we are in this course we examine all aspects of our lives or our values and stuff like that. And it feels like natural. So we start this online course. We found out, yes, Joanna, we have the same core values. So, and I don't know, it was like we were in the flow, and after this course there was Querido Mundo, and it was so easy. And but it's very funny because we also we both are very, Joanna is very structured. I'm like a chaos. So we are totally different, but same. We have the same values, and this is so easy for us working together. Oh, yeah.
Yes, definitely. Like, I always say we love people, we love to travel, we love Latin America. That's our bonding, but the strongest is the people. I watched Patty's and Georgie's show yesterday about leadership, and they were saying that now is the time it's always the time, but now it's especially the time to be human, to treat people like human beings. And for us, it's been important since the very beginnings. We came to the world loving people, and humanity is very important for us. Being kind is very important to us. So that's like our core value. And Andrea has qualities that I don't have, and I have qualities like Andrea was saying, and now we're all laughing. So it's beautiful because we complete ourselves. So Andrea is very flexible, and this is very important in the travel business, especially in the travel business, but especially in Latin America, like to react very flexible to situations that you are not expecting, react to problems that occur. And when you're a business person, you will always have problems. There is no business without problems. I tell you right away, people who are watching. And Andrea is very like everything that is with innovation, ideas. She always comes with ideas. We both are very idea people, but she comes with ideas that I would never think of. Like she thinks like three corners. And the third thing is we both are people, but Andrea is very strong with keeping connections with people. Like she knows how to network very well, how to approach people, how to talk to people.
Oh.
Yes.
It's awesome to have a partner like that, isn't it? Isn't it, Joanna?
I think you nailed something so true. Often when we think about partnering with people always look at, well, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? I want to find things that balance out. But I really think the fundamental piece of what makes partnerships work is the values. Do you actually have the same values? Because I think without that as a strong foundation, it can be really, really, really challenging, because that's what I noticed, like with Patty and I. Yes, we definitely have, different strengths, very, very similar to what you guys are saying, but our beliefs and our values about people, humans, business, those kinds of things are the same. And I think that's what makes it really, really work. So especially when there's problems, because you're right, there's no business that does not have problems or challenges, which leads us into the current environment that we're in right now, right? Some people are like, eek, stuff is happening. And so for you guys, you're a travel company. Like, so what do you think is
without travel? Yeah,
exactly. You're a travel company without travel.
Yeah.
And so what are you doing right now to stay positive? And we know that your business, you haven't closed your doors, so you're still operating. So what are some of the things that, let's start with maybe mindset. So how are you staying positive and from a mindset point of view, navigating the current environment?
Every morning I say to myself, never underestimate a good crisis. So this is my mantra. So, and then, I say it every morning, and it helps because it is. Yeah. And I don't know, I know that after winter there's summer, and after rain there's sun and stuff like that. So I know that this time will pass, and I'm happy with this situation, and we are asking ourselves, what can we do to go through the time? And then Patty came with this great idea of staycation. Joanna, do you want to explain what is staycation?
Yes, of course. So we sell trips. We offer trips to countries, and the staycation is practically, people from Vancouver know this term already. It's like to stay at home, and vacation. So I am on vacation, but I'm not going to travel anywhere. I just stay at home and spend my free time. So staycation. So now during Corona, no one can go anywhere. So people have to stay at home. They might have to cancel their trips. They might have already had like a vacation plan, so they have free time, but they're at home. The news are negative, and some are even isolated and alone. They live by themselves. So we were like seeing those problems that people have, and we were thinking, how can we help with all the knowledge and all the everything that we already have inside of us. And so we kind of created this staycation program where we give tips how people can feel on vacation at home, so they can do like a nice cocktail, or they can like put on their thongs, their flip-flops. They can like have a nice fruit juice with tropical fruits, stuff like this. Just spend half an hour in front of the window taking some sun in. So you can feel on vacation at home. It's so easy. And on the other hand, the negativity that some people feel because of news, they feel like scared maybe, some are afraid to lose their jobs. So there's like a lot of stuff going on. So we give advice from Latin America, how to be positive, how to do little things like call someone, or dress something colorful, or do like little things, but that immediately improve your mood. And so and this is probably the most important thing, we connect with people. So we've been doing a lot of Zoom, a lot of lives. So we are doing live cooking, where we invite all people to come in and cook with us and talk and laugh and have a drink. Last week we had quesadillas, Mexican quesadillas. Now on Saturday we're gonna do we're doing quinoa, like champignon quinoa risotto. Yes, and whoever wants to come, just text us. It's on Zoom at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, because it's 7 o'clock in Germany. And we're dancing together, doing Zumba. So those things, those three things: community, vacation, and positivity. That's like the topic of the staycation.
So amazing. And I'll mention that your staycation is actually 23 days long too, correct?
Yes, because our trips, whenever we travel to Latin America, to one country, we always go for 23 days because we believe that you have to travel deeply to understand, to feel, to have enough time to immerse yourself.
Yeah. And what do you tell people what you love most about Latin America?
Sorry.
What do you love most about Latin America?
Oh, sorry. I love the people. For me, because I'm really a people. So I love the kindness of the people, the positivity of the people. Yeah, in Mexico, I lived in Mexico for more than 1 year, and in Mexico they say mi casa es tu casa, my house is your house, and I always feel like home in Mexico. So yeah, I love the Latinos, yeah, to be with them, to feel their friendship, and yeah, and I live in Germany, and we have all in Germany. We have so our system is really great, but the people are always complaining, and for me it's really hard to feel this negativity, because in Mexico the people have less, but they have always a smile on their face. So yeah, that's I'm missing here in Germany.
And what
So I love
about
the
you,
people.
Joanna?
Yeah, and for me, number one is definitely also the people. And people really deeply care about other people. You can feel this in Latin America. Friendship and family is very important. It's number one. It's more important than your work. So this is like a slight difference to Western countries. And the energy. I find that Latin America is a very energetic place, very vibrant. It's full of colors. The music is loud. People are loud. Many are like very extroverted. I always say you feel alive there. You don't feel like a dead person, like you have to be quiet, you have to dress like no one can see you, like neutral colors, like undercover. No, there is like you shine, the sun is shining, which is also like it's energy. Everyone knows sun is energy, gives you a good mood. So the energy and the nature also that it has, like this tropical nature that we don't have in Germany, we don't have in Canada. Like it's so lush, and the colors again, like the animals, the flowers, everything the waterfalls. I cannot express with words. Beautiful and different.
Yeah,
it's so amazing too. And when I've watched some of your staycation videos, and they are in German, so it's like you can't understand them if you speak English and not German. However, everything you're talking about comes through in the video. Like I especially love the one where you're dancing on your couch, jumping on your couch, dancing. Like I'm like, that's so awesome. But I love that, and I think because what you're doing is truly, you're so passionate about it, and those values and those things you love are so deeply ingrained in you guys. So even though you're creating this virtual experience for people, even though I can't understand the words that you're saying, everything you're talking about comes through those videos. Like I love watching them. Like I say, it's like I love the dancing and the music, and you literally can feel everything you've said through the videos in your staycations, which I think is such a testament to, when people do the things they really love, when we're really passionate about something and we're sharing those things, it comes through, and in person, it's like a million times more. I haven't been in person with Andrea, but I've been in person with Joanna quite a few times, right? And you feel it.
It's so nice to hear it from your mouth, Georgie, because what people see, we don't even see it because we're so close to. Like the other day, we had an interview with Kathy, and she was saying, when I entered your website, those colors, like this energy, those vibrant colors, I have never seen this. Like for me, it was like, oh wow, I've never thought this way about our website. And it's so nice to hear from you guys how it's like, because it's so natural for us. We don't think that we're doing it. We just are ourselves.
Exactly. It's like air,
Yeah.
right? You just,
Yes.
it's like breathing for you. This is just how you show up.
Yes.
I see in the chat, people are asking about your website and your video. So yes, we will absolutely post links to their website, to their Facebook page, to all those places where you can go see what they're up to, watch what they're doing, all that kind of stuff. You know, and speaking of interviews, I think this is something that you guys have done a great job of right now, where people can't travel. So we've got the staycation where you're keeping people engaged, you're connecting with your community, you're able to talk to the people who may be interested in, you know, the kind of trips and the things that you do. And you've really kind of upped your game in visibility through the media. So maybe share a little bit about some of the interviews that you have had and how you've gone about doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So it's funny. Whenever you put like a goal down, it's very likely it's gonna happen. I can give the viewers like as a tip. Andrea and I went to Cuba in October, and we haven't seen each other for 1.5 years, like in person. It was the first time. So we said like, okay, let's for the very first time work on the company and not in the company. So we did like so much, like also inspired by Patty and Georgie, like they talk about vision, you have to have your vision. And so we like sat down and did our vision. But for the very first time, we also put like a plan for the whole year of 2020. So we planned out all the months and we put our goals. And there was like one phrase that Georgie and Patty were saying to us. They were saying, you have everything in place. Everything, you have it. The only thing that you need right now is 10,000 eyes on you. You need visibility, because once people see you, they will love what they see. So we were like saying, okay, so for 2020, our goal is to go public, to be seen, to approach press, stuff like this. And then when we got back from Latin America, it was like end of November. I just sent, like, without knowing anything, I just sent one email to 3 press people. And I did everything wrong in the email that I could do wrong. I found out later. I didn't get 2 responses, but 1 responded and just sent me interview questions. And I should answer those questions, and they then send a photo and blah, 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 and then it would be published. So I had my first yes. And then, yes, so we answered all those questions. I sent it in, and it was very nice just to keep going, because once you get like a yes, it's like easier to keep going. And I can just tell the viewers, if you want to do something, just do it before learning how it's done, because you might lose courage in the way when you learn stuff. And often, or always, luck is with the boat. Luck is with the boat. So yeah, and then later, now that we're doing this staycation, there was so much momentum built up, because we're always online, always seen on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, that an old friend of mine who went to school with me, and I haven't heard for so many years, he wrote me a message, and he's working with media, with television, if I would do an interview for a very famous German TV program. So yes, so it was related to Corona, but I could also talk about Querido Mundo, and they even showed the website in this video, and I should show how Germans abroad deal with the whole Corona situation. And then I got like a video on this TV program, and in 1 week it had 7,000 views on YouTube.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, so to your question, like those were our 2 bigger press successes lately.
It's so amazing too, right? And it literally is about taking action, even if you're not sure exactly how to do it or exactly what to do, but you have the goal of, okay, we're looking for 10,000 eyeballs. We need 10,000 eyeballs on us. How are we going to do that? That's the goal. And then you just start moving, you know? And I think you 2 are both a great example of really having focused action like you know where you're going. You spent the time working on what is our vision, what is our plan, what do we want for our company, where are we going to go, and then it's like, oh, okay, now we get coronavirus hits. How do we shift? How do we pivot? Well, our goal was to get eyeballs on us. Okay, let's focus there. And I think even with the trips that you had planned, I think another thing that's a real testament to showing up as really who you are, what you stand for, what your beliefs are, in your authenticity. I think the fact that even though you had to cancel your trip that you had planned, the people going on the trip didn't cancel. Mm-hmm. They're just waiting for, well, we'll go when it's ready, and I think that's such a big testament to who you guys are and how much of you is in your company, right? It really is about caring for people. It really is about community, all of those things. And it's because you show up really, really authentically. I think often we talk about this a lot about, how we're supposed to show up, what we should do, and what the business world says you have to do. But really, the most important thing, I think, is showing up as who you are and having the courage to really do that. Because I see that, like I say, having a travel company, having to cancel your trip and your people aren't canceling. They're like, we're here with you, and even on calls where you have people going, we want to go on trips with you. Should I book a flight? No, not yet. We don't even know when it's flying, right? But people want to be around the community that you're building because of what you stand for, and I think it's just such a good example of trusting who you are, showing up as who you are, and just kind of going all in with that is amazing. And you feel it in your website, you feel it in the videos you're doing. Joanna actually shared a sort of photo presentation that they did. So you've got to go to their website and their Instagram and that and look at some of the pictures they post, because they're so beautiful. And you guys do such a great job of feeling like you're in that location, just with your enthusiasm and with the pictures you share. Like it's amazing. It's really, really so cool. So cool. I think, anyway. I might be a little bit biased, but I don't really think so. I think it's amazing. So, and one of the things, that I'm going to flip a little off of the business topic and into the Latin America topic now. But I want to talk about, how do you handle things like when people say, you're women traveling in these countries? How do you handle that sort of safety question? Is it safe to travel? We think these countries are scary and unsafe. So share a little bit about your experiences with that.
Yeah. I would say for us it's difficult because we don't feel unsafe in Latin America because we know these countries. When, for example, with Mexico, when I have a travel group, there are always more people, 4 or 5 people who are asking me, hey, do you have any recommendation? How should I behave here in Mexico? Because I want to go alive home. So, and I say, okay. Why do you have this imagination of Mexico in your mind? Yeah, because blah, blah, blah said it to me that it's an unsafe country. Mm-hmm. This person was in Mexico? No. Okay, it's nearly almost the same. Yeah. So, and then I say, okay, give me or give the country 24 hours, and if you feel unsafe, you can speak to me. Yeah, and they never come back. So it's always the same. And before a trip, we take the sorrows of the people where we listen, no, Joanna, we listen. Mm-hmm. And we do also some Instagram lives and stuff like that to to give some information about, for example, Colombia, and that the people know how the situation is in Colombia. And Joanna, what do we do more?
Yes, so what is happening is that you are completely right. Like, people, when they think of Latin America, they would maybe rather go like to New York than to a Latin American country, and there are many reasons. It's the media, because they always show like bad news, and but it's also Spanish, because most people don't speak Spanish, and in Latin America most people don't speak English. So they're like worried, if I go by myself, how am I going to get along if people don't speak English? And so that's why actually it's a good thing to travel in a group. This is like kind of the solution, because the safety thing is, there are places in the US, there are places in Canada, there are places in Germany that are unsafe, that stuff happens everywhere in the world. So what is important? The important thing is that you know how to behave. You know, you have to know where you can go, what time of the day. You have to have a good connection to local people. So that's where we come in, like we and our Querido guides. They know the place perfectly. They know exactly where to go, how to behave, all those things. And also a group gives you a lot of safety, because if you think like there is someone on the street and he wants to harm you, he might attack a single person, but he will never attack 10 people, because the 10 people will attack him. So the group gives a lot of safety. The guide gives a lot of safety. And the Spanish thing is not a question anymore, because your Querido guide, he speaks perfectly Spanish, can even teach you some words that are like nice, thank you, hello, how are you, yummy, that make Latin American people feel happy. So yes, so actually for all those issues that people have with safety, we are offering a very good solution. So you can travel, you can have a connection with those beautiful people, with this vibrant place, and with this natural, many people dream of Latin America actually, the Amazon rainforest, the Iguazu Falls, the ruins in Mexico. There are so many places, or see like in Cuba, the old timers. Many people dream of it, and we are offering a good solution to make it happen.
Exactly. And the other thing I really love about your guys' trips is it's not like the traditional group trip. Like, you guys really give people the experience of the country. And I think one of the best examples that you guys have going right now is when I think of Cuba. Because often, especially like many people who live in Canada, you know, you think about, I'm going to Cuba, I'm going to the resort, I'm going to spend my time on the resort because that's the safe thing, and that's what you do when you go to Cuba. But share a little bit about what people can experience with a trip with your company to Cuba.
Should I want to you?
Yeah, because you're the Cuba expert.
Yeah, I guided the tour. So yes, so you said right, Georgie, when you travel with us in a group, you don't feel like it's a group. Like when we think of a group, we think like of a group of 50 people. You are in the tour bus, they leave you at a place, then you hop on again, you drive to another place. We are always in a small group, so it's like maximum 15 people. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 10. So you are more like a group of friends who are having fun, who are laughing together, having a mojito at night. And also our guides are like friendly people. They're like, they don't even appear as a guide when you see from the outside. There is no umbrella, there is no flag, nothing. Yes. So it's like a group of friends, and it's very important that it's very important that you really feel how local life is happening in those countries. So for example, in Cuba, it makes me a little bit sad. Most people choose to go like to Varadero. They might do Havana, and then they leave quickly the country. And this kind of tourism is called fun and sun. So you're like having your vacation in the sun, but you don't see like a real Cuban in his real life. You don't learn anything about the country. You might even try real Cuban food. So what we do is our trips, we normally have like between 8 to 10 places that we visit on this round trip. And it's like really going into places where you where there is sometimes no tourism, where you really experience how people live, what they do, what they eat. And you can have like really this authentic, you can go to places where local people go dancing and hang out with them. And so this is like, also for the queridos that are with us, it's like for people in Vancouver, in Canada, it's very important nature, to be in nature, to be like walking, experiencing everything. So we do always include like 1/3 of the trip is always in nature. So even many days, sometimes we stay for 2, 3, 4 days in nature, walking, seeing, experiencing. Yes, so it's this kind of trip with friends, very local, very authentic, and a lot of nature.
Yeah, I love that. And I think this is also, you guys have taken what you're really passionate about, the things that you really love, and you've built them into a business, right? Like so often we think, oh, well, I really, really love this, but I can't make money at that, or I can't do it that way, you know? And it's, when I look at your company, it's such a reflection of your passions and just what you love. And you know, you're doing, a lot of people say you can't do, no one's going to go on a trip for 23 days. Totally not true. You know, and you give people such a great experience of what it's like to be in that culture, and that's what you guys are passionate about. So I think it's a great example for people. You know, if you're thinking, oh, I can't do that because no one will buy it, or I really love this and this is what, you know, I'm really drawn to, but there's no way I can do that. I think you provide a great example of possibility for people. You know, you guys are in 2 different countries. You're taking people on these vacations that people say you can't go on. I think you're such a fantastic example of what's possible in the world. It's so amazing. Do you have questions, Patty? I feel like I've just been talking for
You're doing a great job.
45 minutes. I'm just looking at the time like, oh my gosh, I've been talking for 45 minutes. Does anyone have questions too in the chat for Joanna and Andrea? Anything about their business or their travel, or, you know, how they manage this? And I will say also that Andrea has a toddler at home as well. So she's doing this in this time from home with a little one. Yeah, exactly. She's pure strength right there.
Yeah. Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
We've got a question in the chat about whether most of your clients are German speaking. Maybe you could speak to that idea about the language. Does it work for people who only speak English and don't speak Spanish?
Who should answer, Andrea?
You, because you're in Canada.
Yes. So far, all the people we've traveled with have been Germans, because we're both from Germany, because we traveled in Germany as tour guide. We traveled with German groups as tour guides. So of course, all the reputation that we had built up is from Germany. But of course, I'm living now in Canada for 2 years, and many people have been asking me. And so we are open also to receiving people who speak English, as long as they are okay with it, that there will be also people in the group who speak German. All of our guides are able to speak English fluently, German fluently, Spanish fluently. Mm-hmm. So that wouldn't be a problem.
No.
Perfect. Only women or also men?
Also men. But it's funny that you ask, because in general, the statistics for group travels globally is that there is always a little bit of a higher percentage of women going on group trips. So this is a great advice for men, because I know there is something like men look for parties where there are a lot of women to attend. There are even apps that show you how many women are at this party. So if you're a man and you want to be in a place where there are a lot of women, and we have a lot of single travelers, it's not our core business, but it's true. So that's a great place to be, because the bigger amount in group travel is women, because they need more safety.
Yeah.
Yes. While men sometimes want to go on an adventure, they want to go with their buddy, be by the 2 of them, and yes, we're strong, we want to have an adventure.
And I would add that the men are often they feel at home very cool, like, or they want to spend their vacation at a resort, and women sometimes want to explore and stuff like that. Because my husband, he's fine staying at home or staying in a resort and relax. So this is, yeah, and women are always like, I would add, they're always like, oh yeah, I would love to go on vacation. All my friends, my female friends, they are the people. Okay, let's go. Yeah, and the men are okay. I go with you. So yeah, I don't know. Jose, it's the same, or Joanna?
Yes. My partner, he would never do a trip with us. like the full length 23 days, because he's like a resort person, and it's totally okay. Like, everyone has to know what they like. And but it's funny because in the trip there's like a tendency, like I had trips that I guided where I almost always only had men. Like it was a group trip, but almost, and it comes a little bit how active you are during the trip. The more active you are, the more you are in the mountains hiking and stuff, suddenly all the men appear.
So fun.
Yes. And maybe also places that people at first don't think of going. Men would be the first one to try out. So for example, when I was offering a Brazil trip, so people would at this time would not think to go to Brazil, my group almost had men, because men are like, yeah, why not? Like they are not asking twice about,
Yeah.
That's right.
Very cool. What else do we have here? Thank you so much for the session today. You are fabulous four people who I am so glad to know are in this world, providing you great gifts of who you are in the world. You're all very inspiring. You also have offered great insights and advice.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
That's awesome. Awesome. Did I miss questions in there? I haven't actually been paying that much attention.
I haven't seen any questions. There's some chat.
I've been ignoring Facebook.
Oops.
Here we have such great point. Values are everything. They shape our beliefs and our behaviors. So true. So true. Sometimes I get caught up in the conversation, so my multitasking skills of comments on all devices takes me a little bit. But we get there. Any other questions about business, travel, partnerships, visioning, goal setting, any of those kinds of things? I'm going to your website as soon as this ends.
So I will tell quickly. So
yes.
Querido Mundo, I don't know if you can see it. No, I'm saying it in German.
I'm just sending it again.
Okay, perfect.
To everybody. It's in the chat.
And if you put this name like on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, together with Reisen means traveling in German. I will put it in the chat. If you put this term wherever, you will see us everywhere. We are on LinkedIn, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook. We are on Twitter, but not on Twitter, because in Germany we don't really know people who use Twitter. And did I forget something? And the staycation, if you want to have like the video that Georgie was telling about, jumping on the sofa, I will put you the name for YouTube. You just put staycation day 4, Tag 4. Tag means day, staycation day 4, and you can see jumping on the sofa.
And if people want to join in on your live cooking on Saturday, how do you do that?
Yes, so the best thing would be if you go to our Instagram, and in the Instagram bio, there will be a Zoom link to the live cooking. But I'm like thinking maybe it would be better if they send me a message.
Okay.
Email. I would put my email here.
Perfect.
queridomundo.de. just mind that it's not .com at the end, it's DE. DE means Deutschland, Germany. Because some people, when they don't know the email, they put like com at the end because it's like what we do.
Exactly what we do,
Yeah.
It's so true. So
a little bit of cultural awareness.
Yeah, our brain is like auto-completing, so.
Yeah.
So just send me an email, Joanna, how can I be at the live cooking? And I will send you all the information. And it would mean the world to us to have you with us.
Awesome.
We will be, you are able to talk, to laugh with us. If you want to have a beer, a wine, a coffee, a tea, just to cheer with us, would be amazing.
Yeah, that's at 10 a.m.
Yes, because it's
day drinking for the
yes.
win, right?
Yeah.
But I was seeing Brenda Saturday, yes. I was seeing Brenda was doing walks in the morning, so I think we have early birds here.
Yes, definitely. That's right. If we all get up extra early on Saturday, like 10 o'clock will feel like noon. So it's totally fine.
Even if you come in half an hour later.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Good. We are Latinos. We are flexible.
That's right. That's right. It's fun. It's flexible. Exactly. Just great rules for life, really. It's like having that flexibility, having that patience. Everything's okay. Slow things down a little bit. Connect with other people. So, so, so true. Any other thoughts, questions, comments? And we will post, I actually tagged your company on our 10K page as well, and we'll make sure we post your Instagram, your Facebooks, all those kinds of things too, so that everyone can follow you, like you, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's also super important. So, it's all about, I think the other piece of this too, the more we follow and support other purpose-driven entrepreneurs who are doing amazing things in the world in all different kinds of ways, let's show support where we can, and a lot of that, especially in this social media world, let's subscribe, let's follow, let's join in on the Zooms, let's comment, let's share. All of those kinds of things make a really big difference. And I think they help us to build in that online community. We can talk to people, we can ask questions. It's really, really an amazing thing. And then you get even a bigger group of like-minded people with like values. And yes, we can change the world. I really, really, really believe that.
You are so true, because last week I was talking to Kathy. She also has a travel agency, and she was really down because she was, oh my God, she lives in LA. And I was talking to her, and I said to her, hey, don't be so, what's going on with you? So you have to be more positive, because your focus, your energy goes where your focus goes. So if you feel sad, bad, pissed off, I don't know what, so change your mind. And she was like, yeah, but, and I said, let's do an interview. And now she called me 2 days ago, and she said, Andrea, I'm doing every day, I do an interview because I love it. And now she's like, whoa, and it's, support each other and say, yes, let's go on the journey together, because it's so much easier.
So true. And I'm not sure if you actually caught what she just said there. She was talking to someone with a travel agency, someone that could possibly be her competitor, who's struggling, and she's reaching out, she's helping, she's lifting everybody up. And I think that's also another piece of it, right? It's we help people, whether we're in the same business or not, because it really is about human to human, heart to heart. There's enough business and enough people for everybody. So I really want to point that out, because often I think that can just, oh, that's so nice that you help those people, blah blah blah, right? But no, this is actually someone who could be a competitor, right? We show that same level of humanity to everybody.
And I would like to add something that Patty was saying on this leadership Georgie and Patty show. That was like, I think you said something, Patty, that there are so many coaches in Vancouver. Like you are in a room and something with a cat. You said something with a cat and so many coaches.
Oh, yes. Can't swing a dead cat for hitting another coach. Yeah.
Yes. And I really like I think Seth Godin said it, like if there's this is the first one. If someone is doing something in Chicago, you can do the same in New York. So this is the first thing. But the second thing is, what makes your business be your business is your personality. It's how you do things, because someone can do something with humor, another one can do something with kindness, another one can do something with anger, and it could be nice for people because they love this. So the combination of what you do and your personality most likely will be unique.
Exactly.
Yes.
So true.
So I'm not, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, so I say I'm not scared of other travel companies. And they can even do exactly what we are doing, exactly everything the same, because I know that the personality of Andrea and I as a combination is unique. And the way we treat people, we do, like people can copy the systems, but they cannot be Joanna or Andrea because they are someone else.
Exactly. So beautifully said.
Yeah. I was just going to say that it's such a great segue to the question we have in the chat right now. What's the plan for next week?
It's so perfect. Exactly. So our plan for next week. So Monday is a holiday, so we won't be live on Monday, but we are posting a LinkedIn training done by Kevin Knebel, who's a LinkedIn expert. And in that training, he'll be talking about kind of an overview of LinkedIn, how you can use LinkedIn for your business, as well as setting up your profile. So that we will post on Monday on our page, 10kprogram.com. No, 10K program in Facebook. This is why I'm not the systems person. I'm just a mouthpiece. Tuesday, we will be back live, and we will be talking about authenticity. So it really is about the U-shaped business. Wednesday, we'll be live as well, and we're talking about crafting your business to fit your life. So what really works for you. Thursday will be another interview, and it's a scary interview. Patty is going to interview me on Thursday. So anything you wanted to know about me, please ask. And Friday will be how to filter advice, even hours, right? How do you do that with so much coming at you? So that's what we are going to have in store for you next week, which we are very excited. We will be here live. We're loving the show. We're loving the participation. We are so grateful for the audience that shows up, because without an audience, this wouldn't be as much fun at all. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for sharing it. We really appreciate it. It's amazing. Yeah, so that's what's coming up next week. Thank you two so much for being here, for sharing your story, for allowing us the opportunity to work with you guys. We love our clients, and I think you've just given people an example of why. We work with amazing individuals that do really great things in the world, that are authentic and show up and have incredible messages to share. So thank you for being our guest today.
Yes, and I think we can also only thank you. First of all, you're doing an amazing thing with the show right now during the coronavirus, giving so much value away to people, and like giving them every day a chance to do something and on their businesses. And if I had to do like a list of things that we put into practice because of talking to you like every week, this list would be like more than 10 pages long. Like, you guys, you cannot imagine like the things that, and this I also want to tell you as a cheer up for everyone, because the structure that Georgie was talking about in the beginning, it didn't come naturally to us. We didn't have the structure. We just learned during the year that we need to put a structure into place. So everyone who like feels right now that, oh man, I don't have a structure, I don't know how to organize myself to plan, don't worry, because you can learn it.
Yeah.
And we learned so many things during this year and put into practice. This is very important to put into practice, that yes, it would be more than 10 pages writing down.
Awesome.
So awesome.
And like, I love that you're like honest. So even sometimes we don't want to hear stuff, Patty like used to say, Joanna, you don't want to hear that, or Andrea, you don't want to hear that, but they tell us, and this is very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's where you grow.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, we will wish everyone a very happy, safe, long weekend. And we will be back live on Tuesday. Tomorrow we will have a recording though of another interview on our Facebook page. So you can still have some of us tomorrow if you like. And if not, we will be back live on Tuesday. So have a great weekend. Cook with Joanna and Andrea on Saturday. That'll give you something to do. It'll be amazing. And we will see you next week.
Bye-bye. Adios.
Adios. Oh, yes.
Adios.